When you talk about Sanju Samson, there is polarizing opinions on both sides of the spectrum among Indian cricket fans. He doesn't average much. He's played only a decade of cricket. Despite that, his returns are very, very minimal. But he laid all that down to rest with a sparkling century yesterday in the third T20I versus Bangladesh in Hyderabad. When he hit that century, he became only the first Indian keeper to hit a T20I century, the second fastest by an Indian, 5 sixes in 1 over. It summed up Sanju Samson in a nutshell. Dazzling, brilliant when it can be, but he can also fall to the lowest point as well. Now there is a backdrop to Sanju Samson's knock. Heading into this match, he was under severe pressure. But how did Sanju Samson cope up with the failures? How did he cope up with the pressure? That is what he revealed in the press conference, as well as most of the quotes he said were the same that he did it in the post-match presentation as well. Because Sanju Samson, how he bounced back. He mentioned in T20s, failures are far more common. With all the IPL experience, I have coped up with the pressure. He did admit one major thing though. I was doubtful whether I will play next series after SL failure. However, management backed me irrespective. The captaincy core, the management core that is there in the current Indian team has backed players to the hilt. They will say you will get an extended run, there are no more breaks, and that is why this is a major boost for someone like Sanju Samson, who was always battling uncertainty when you have to look at Indian cricket in a whole. How does he cope up with failures? Sanju here shows his swag. He says that I live life, I play according to my own terms. He says, when you have failures, it is easy to say that I would want to score runs for myself. But I like to fail and succeed in my own terms. This is something that I've stuck to ever since I started. Forget all the criticism that he starts IPL well and then he tapers off. That inconsistent trend has been there for a lot of seasons. Forget the fact that he still averages 90, now it's boosted up to 22. He's batted all the way from 1 to 6. But whatever he does, he fails and succeeds according to his own terms. This is something that Sanju Samson has always lived by it. So, looking at the current setup now, it is ideal for Sanju Samson. That yes, he'll get a long rope, he'll get far more chances. Whether he capitalizes on it is his own doing then. How does he cope with it? Yet again, I have failed a lot, so I know how to manage accordingly. I keep telling myself I just need to focus on the process, keep doing my training, keep believing in myself. Failure. Now, when he failed for the first time versus Sri Lanka, questions were cast. When he failed after a good start in several IPLs, questions were asked. Prior to the 100 versus Bangladesh, questions were asked. But Sanju's mental strength has to be hailed here. Because he knows that he cannot get a long run in the Indian team. He knows that he cannot get a consistent run. Yet whenever he gets the chances, he tries. He adjusts his mind accordingly in that sense. So, that is how Sanju Samson copes up with it. Preparation. Mental preparation is the key for Sanju Samson, because now after being shuffled around for so many years, he's come to figure out his game, and it showed in the game versus Bangladesh. He stated, I have understood my game that I can bat anywhere from 1 to 6. I have power, timing. It works according to the role. If the role demands that you have to stay in and stabilize the innings, timing. If you want to go aggressive from ball 1, power. He has both of that. Preparation helps. The management communicated to Sanju Samson 3 weeks before that yes, you are going to open, and even if you fail, irrespective of it, we are going to back you. That helped him. So, that is why he went to the Rajasthan Royals Academy and faced new ball bowlers, and he batted a lot against them. So, that is why Sanju Samson would want to ensure that yes, he continues on this flow of momentum that is currently there. When Rishad Hussain was bowling, he hit 5 consecutive sixes. We all thought, wow, this is vintage Sanju Samson. When he gets going, no bowler can stand up to him. But Sanju Samson has something more ambitious, and he is not joking about it. He wants to match Yuvraj Singh, because he stated, from last 2 years, I have been saying I can hit 6 sixes in an over. It is not a joke. I have been visualizing and practicing for it. That one dot ball and after that 5 sixes. Maybe one of these days Sanju Samson can really go after those 6 sixes target. It should happen. We hope that it happens, because if that is the case, then Sanju Samson will be that X factor that he finally might have come on the stage after a decade. So, it was a good Dashera for Sanju Samson, because on a very auspicious occasion he managed to silence a lot of critics, but silence only lasts for a short time. After that, the critics will come out in the open if he is not consistent. Rishabh Pant will now be feeling the heat, because 76 T20Is, the numbers don't back up for it. But Sanju has gotten an opening slot. Pant may not have gotten that. So, that is why the tussle is now on. One hopes that after February or August of 2025, it's a real healthy competition between both your keepers in the Indian cricket team. Thank you so much folks for joining us for this video. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis.